What's going on, you guys? Welcome to my Panzer Corps 2 Spanish Civil War DLC. So, this is the first DLC for Panzer Corps 2, and I couldn't think of a better time period to actually do this DLC. This is a war that is rarely covered in gaming, so I'm glad that Flashback Games chose this to focus on, because I can't think offhand how many games cover the Spanish Civil War. Alright, so let's just dive right into the pros and cons. So, my first pro, I love the look of the vintage early tank and plane models. They seem so, well, vintage. You know, when you're playing World War II games, you always see like the same old, so like the T-34, the Tiger tank, the Sherman. It's nice to see like the T-26 in there, you know, like tanks that were the predecessor to the combat tanks that we use in, well, pretty much every other World War II game. The next pro I got is this gorgeous map. I mean, look at the textures on there. I mean, it's a work of beauty, honestly. You know, it's absolutely gorgeous. You know, and compared to like Panzer Corps 1, this is like a night and day difference. So I'm really appreciative of all the work that was done to this map, because it's pure eye candy. Another thing that I really love about this game is the animations. From when tanks go into combat, infantry attack, you know, artillery goes in, the shells that erupt around the enemy. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's just incredible. It's beautiful. Like I said in the previous pro, it's eye candy, and I love it. Another thing that's really cool in this DLC is the troops, the tanks, planes that you throw into combat, right? All the experience and skill and history they get from all the scenarios that you put them through carry over into the main campaign. So you'll be able to consistently develop those units from this DLC to the main battle campaign of World War II. I love that. Another pro that I have is there's a lot of scenarios in this game. There are 16 scenarios to play. So there's a good assortment of scenarios. I played the first one, and the first one by itself took me 2 hours. I can only imagine how many hours of gameplay this DLC is going to give me. And last but not least, this game is extremely addictive, right? In my first impressions video, I was only supposed to play like 30-40 minutes and then go help my wife with the kids. And that 30 minutes became 45, an hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah. It's a game that makes you always do just one more turn. And in regards to the cons, I literally spent a lot of time trying to go over everything in this game, trying to find something. I did find one. The only thing that I can say was a con, and I don't know if it's like a real like big deal. It's like more of an annoyance. The naval units in this game, I think, fire way too far inland, right? Like you can have a naval unit that's in the middle of the Gibraltar and it can fire way into Africa. So, I mean, just that, and it's no big deal. But that's the only con that I couldn't find. I was like struggling to find something. I was like, I gotta have at least 2 or 3 cons. But yeah, I couldn't find any. The only thing that I wanted to add at the end is a wish list item. I just hope in the future we can command like Republican Spain units in this campaign, so we could try our hands on both sides. But overall, guys, I really enjoyed this DLC. Flashback Games outdid themselves again. It's just, I love Panzer Corps 2, and I love what they're doing with it. So if you're curious to pick up this DLC, for me, this is an instant buy because 1, it's Panzer Corps 2. 2, it covers the Spanish Civil War, a period in time that I really feel is not covered properly. And 3, it's just gorgeous. It's just gorgeous, everything about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I will catch you guys in the next one. See you then.